Chapter 13. Vehicles to Wealth Creation. If you don't know where you are going to, you will not know when you get there. Like we established earlier, a vehicle is an investment term used to qualify a channel, strategy, or type of investment one chooses to operate. Just like we have in the physical, so it is in the financial. And to move from where we are to where we need to be, we need vehicles. The vehicle you choose determines how fast you go. The vehicle you choose determines how early or late you arrive. The vehicle you choose determines how much effort and energy you put in. The vehicle you choose determines how much leverage you have. The vehicle you choose determines how much returns you get. The vehicle you choose determines how secure you will be. The vehicle you choose determines how stable you will be. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, but it is better and faster with a car. Moving from where you are to where you are desired present financial level requires the right vehicle depending on the gap between the distance in your own life and depending on how long you have. If we are both to go on a journey of equal distance from one state to the other, we have vehicular options. We can choose to trek down, and this may take us days, weeks, or even months, depending on various factors. We can use a bicycle or motorbike. We can use a car. We can take the train. We can choose to fly. If you choose to fly and I choose to drive, you will definitely get there before me, because of the means of transportation you used. Whether I am older than you is insignificant. Whether I am wiser than you is useless. Whether I am more qualified than you is inconsequential. Whether I am more experienced than you is not the issue here. Whether I am more skillful than you is useless. All that matters is the vehicle. So the vehicle is more important than age, qualification, experience, skill, etc. This fact needs to be grasped because many people wonder how others are making it because they're trekking and they think everyone is trekking like them. When they can't figure out why others have great speed, they label them derogatorily. Let's look at some vehicles you can use to create wealth. 1. Paid employment. This is a physical vehicle that gives you access to money you can invest in other vehicles. Without a source of income, you may not have money to invest. Paid employment with investment mentality is a powerful vehicle because it helps to move you from earned income to portfolio or passive income. Paid employment also helps you rise to become a senior executive with a good paycheck, stock options, bonuses, and profit sharing, etc. This gives you good money to invest, because at this level, you most likely will have an official car, official house, official things, etc. So now you can use your money to invest heavily. However, no matter how highly placed you are in paid employment and how big your paycheck, without investment mentality, you will still end up in shame. Stories abound of people who rose to high positions in paid employment and lived a wasted life of unrestrained and unwise spending on liabilities, only to lose the job and lose all. When the job stops, so does the official car, house, and other bonuses. Don't allow this to be your only vehicle, or else you may likely end up in poverty or penury. 2. Inheritance or wealth transfer. Another vehicle that is available to only a few people on Earth is the inheritance vehicle. Less than 10% of those who are super rich and wealthy in any economy inherited their wealth, and the number has continued to drop. Over 90% of children of successful people usually end up a failure since they live by the wealth from someone else's labor, which costs them nothing to inherit. Due to inability to manage this inherited wealth, they lavish it on liabilities and end up having nothing to transfer to their own children. Before wealth is transferred by inheritance, wisdom demands that the beneficiary should be mentored and taught how to develop investment mentality. Beneficiaries of inherited wealth should be made to acquire financial intelligence, management competence, entrepreneurial skills, and hands-on training, so as to ensure that the wealth does not die in their time. If this is not done, inheritors of wealth will end up like lottery winners, where over 90% of them become poor in less than 2 years. 3. Money market. The money market talks about financial instruments put in place for short-term transactions. This happens in banks, finance houses, discount houses, and other financial institutions outside the capital market. They include, but are not limited to, savings account. Everyone must have a bank account, like I said earlier. You save money, earn an interest, and increase your money. Though the interest rate payable at this level is small and cannot beat inflation, it is still a vital step that must be taken to develop discipline and a savings culture. It is the lowest level of investment recommended. Current account. This does not attract any interest, instead you pay charges, but it gives you opportunity to give out and receive check. It is good and vital for all business people to aid transaction. It will also be necessary if you want to trade in stocks, because you can pay your dividends into your current account. After the fact that it has no interest, it has its own place. Fixed deposits. This is a time-based account where you fix your money for 30, 60, 90, 180 days, etc., and you get a fixed interest on whatever amount you put in. This gives you higher interest than savings, and the interest you get can be negotiated with the bank depending on how much you want to fix and how long you want to fix it. Call deposits. They are similar to fixed deposits, but have different rules. In fixed deposit, you can't collect your money until the agreed time, or else you lose your interest or get it reduced. But call deposits are usually for fewer days, and all you need to do to get your money is a prior phone call, usually 24 hours notice, to inform the bank, though you may get lower rates than fixed deposits, but they are still higher than savings. Treasury bills. These are certificates that the central bank of a country makes available on behalf of the government to raise money from the public for the government, who in turn pays a certain amount as fixed interest to those who buy and hold these certificates for a period of time. Companies can also issue bonds, called debentures. Whether you fully understand all this or not, just start from any point and begin to create your own wealth. The earlier, the better. 5. Real estate. Real estate is real investment. It is a very powerful vehicle of wealth creation and preservation. Every truly wealthy person has investments in real estate. Investing in property not only gives you rental income, but your property also appreciates in value. You can increase rent even though the size of the land and house remain the same. You can sell the property later with great profit. You can live in it and free yourself from paying rent for life. Everyone should endeavor to own his or her own property in his or her lifetime, because no one is designed to live and die a tenant. As you work and make money, your money should be invested, and later your investment can be converted into portfolio assets like stocks and passive assets like real estate. As a tenant, you indirectly finance all the landlord's expenses and liabilities. As a tenant, your landlord is a lord over you in a dimension. As a tenant, every money you spend on the property is to help your landlord increase the value of his property. Investing in properties has many advantages and is a very valuable asset and wealth creation vehicle. In real estate, you see what your money has done physically. In real estate, your property value and rent normally rise above inflation. In real estate, your property can become collateral for a loan. There are, however, some challenges related to real estate investments. You need a sizable capital to buy or build. Even if you use mortgage facilities, you sometimes need to raise the down payment. Real estate investment is not liquid. It takes time to sell properties, even though time makes them to appreciate in value. Property management can be a challenging job, except you hand it over to competent agents. Vital facts about real estate. Land may not increase in size, but continues to increase in value. Location matters in real estate investment. The population and development around your real estate matters. The future is cheap if you buy it today. You may not have money to buy expensive land in a prime location, but you can position yourself at the future of development. Cities always develop towards the outskirts, so the outskirts of a city are cheaper now, but expensive later. Dimensions of real estate. Land purchases. You can buy land in undeveloped areas, wait through a few years, and sell when development comes and value has increased. Buy land and build. You can buy land, build a house of houses, and sell the houses or rent them out. Buy house. You can buy a house, keep for a while, and resell, or you can buy a house and rent it out. Off-plan purchase. You can buy Off-plan purchase. You can buy a house, shop, or property while it is yet to be built, and sell it once it is completed. When you buy off-plan, you mostly only pay a deposit to show your interest and get an allocation, and by the time development is completed, you can sell off and walk away with good money or turn it to a rental property. Resurrection or renovation plan. You can buy dilapidated or abandoned properties, renovate and bring them to life, and then sell them for cool cash or rent it out. Foreclosure or auctions. You can buy houses that are being auctioned at far below the market value and sell later or turn to rental property. Estate development. You can buy large acreage or hectares of land and develop it into an estate by selling plots to allotees who join in the development. Alternatively, you can handle all the facilities and sell the plots as serviced plots with facilities, or you can build all the houses and sell or rent. The possibilities in real estate are numerous, and with financial intelligence and the right information, you can build wealth through real estate. 6. Businesses. Starting and owning your own business is considered one of the most powerful vehicles of wealth creation, if not the most powerful. In my trinity of wealth creation, I have capital market, real estate, and business as the trinity of wealth creation. Any rich and wealthy man or woman you know in the religious or the secular world must have investments in any of these three areas. There is no wealth or financial independence outside the inclusion of one or two or all these three. 98% of the millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires of this world have their own businesses, own real estates, and have investments in stocks. So your chance of becoming rich and wealthy outside the trinity of wealth is only 2%, because even your inheritance must fall within these three. It is the fastest route and vehicle to wealth. It has limitless possibilities in profit at the shortest time. You can make in one deal or 1 month what others make in a year. You have freedom and control of everything. You spend all you can and pay tax on the rest, while others pay tax first and spend the rest. It is a powerful vehicle above inflation any day, any time. Like we've seen over and over again in this book, part of financial intelligence is that you develop entrepreneurial skill and management capabilities. Every business owner will only succeed when they have an entrepreneurial spirit and skill in place along with business management abilities. As you work, make sure you spend the time learning structures, management, and skills that will help you when you finally enter your own. Some people plan to start their own business when they retire, but failed to use their working years to gather the skills and abilities required. That is why many retire, start businesses, and lose in all. 7. Intellectual property. Another vehicle of wealth creation that has produced inventions that bring royalties, musicians, authors, actors, tremendous wealth for many is the intellectual property. Musicians, authors, actors, footballers, boxers, sportsmen and women, etc., all fall into this category. They have developed their skill and talent to a level where it has become a wealth creator. You can write a book, sing a song, come out with products or inventions that will become a gold mine. Look into yourself, think, and find out what you can create or produce that becomes your own label or brand. When you produce something that becomes your brainchild, money flows from it continually. 9. Internet businesses. The emergence of the Internet changed many things all over the world. Today, many have become wealthy through Internet businesses. Many home businesses have started and succeeded by doing business on the Internet. There are numerous books and materials that can educate you further on what and how of Internet business. I advise you get them. 10. Information businesses. Information products are another vehicle of wealth. If you have information that people need, you can create wealth by packaging the information in books, tapes, CD, VCD, workbooks, curriculums, training, seminars, and courses. The same information can continue to bring you money in different channels and from different places. Organizations have been built around one information and strategy all over the world. 11. Precious gems. Another vehicle you can explore for wealth creation is trading or investing in precious gems like gold, silver, diamond, etc. Many put their money in these gems to hold them and use them to preserve and retain their money while growing it at the same time. They can always sell it later for cash. Do more research on this yourself. 12. Painting and artwork or artifacts. When you meet with people who are collectors, archaeologists, treasure hunters, or antique lovers, you will be amazed at how valuable some of these things are and the volume of transactions going on in that sector. You can also explore this aspect as a vehicle for wealth creation. Do more research on this yourself. 13. Commodities trading. Since the agricultural age till date, commodities trading has been a very vital vehicle for wealth creation. And in a place like Nigeria, we remember the lost glory of the days of the groundnut pyramids of the north, the cocoa basins, etc. Coffee, cocoa, beans, grains, groundnut, etc. are all things that can be traded on the commodities market. Do more research on this yourself. 14. Agriculture and animal husbandry. Large-scale farming, poultry, fishery, etc., and every kind of opportunities to create wealth abound in the agricultural sector till date. One basic need of man, which ranks top, is food, and any business that relates to food is a winner. Farming has been neglected by many, but the potential for it to be a wealth creation vehicle is enormous. The list goes on, but there are many vehicles we cannot look into. The most important thing is that you make sure you have vehicles in place to take you from where you are to where you desire to go. Let's wrap up this chapter with this story. Did you obtain any scholarship in school? One young academically excellent person went to apply for a managerial position in a big company. He passed the first interview. The director did the last interview and made the last decision. The director discovered from the CV that the youth's academic achievements were excellent all the way. From the secondary school until the postgraduate research, never was there a year he did not score. The director asked, "Did you obtain any scholarship in school?" And the youth answered, "None." The director asked, "Was it your father who paid for your school fees?" The youth answered, "My father passed away when I was 1 year old. It was my mother who paid for my school fees." The director asked, "Where did your mother work?" The youth answered, "My mother worked as a clothes cleaner." The director requested the youth to show his hands. The youth showed a pair of hands that were smooth and perfect to the director. The director asked, "Have you ever helped your mother wash the clothes before?" The youth answered, "Never. My mother always wanted me to study and read more books. Furthermore, my mother can wash the clothes faster than me." The director said, "I have a request. When you go back today, go and help to clean your mother's hands and then see me tomorrow morning." The youth felt that his chance of landing the job was high. When he went back, he happily requested his mother to let him clean his hands. His mother felt strange, happy, but mixed with fear. She showed her hands to the kid. The youth cleaned his mother's hands slowly. His tears dropped down as he did that. It was the first time he found his mother's hands so wrinkled, and there were so many bruises in her hands. Some bruises incite pain so strong that his mother shivered when they were cleaned with water. This was the first time the youth realized and experienced that it was this pair of hands that washed the clothes every day to enable him to pay the school fees, and the mother's hands were the price that the mother paid for his graduation, academic excellence, and his future. After finishing the cleaning of his mother's hands, the youth quietly cleaned all the remaining clothes for his mother. That night, mother and son talked for a long time. The next morning, the youth went to the director's office. The director noticed the tears in the youth's eye and asked, "Can you tell what you have done and learned yesterday in your house?" The youth answered, "I cleaned my mother's hands and also finished cleaning all the remaining clothes." The director asked, "Please tell me your feelings." The youth said, "Number one, I know now what appreciation is. Without my mother, there would not be a successful me today. Number two, by working together with and helping my mother only, I can now realize how difficult and tough it is to get something done. Number three, I have come to appreciate the importance and value of family relationship." The director said, "This is what I am looking for in my manager. I want to recruit a person who knows the suffering of others to get things done, and a person who would not put money as his only goal in life to be my manager. You are hired." Later on, this young person worked very hard and received the respect of his subordinates. Every employee worked diligently and as a team. The company's performance improved tremendously. A child who has been protected and habitually given whatever he wanted would develop entitlement mentality and would always put himself first. He would be ignorant of his parents' efforts. When he starts work, he assumes that every person must listen to him, and when he becomes a manager, he would never know the sufferings of his employees and would always blame others. For this kind of people, who may be good academically, may be successful for a while, but eventually would not feel any sense of achievement. He will grumble and be full of hatred and fight for more. If we are this kind of protective parents, are we really showing love, or are we destroying the kid instead? You can let your kids live in a big house, eat good meal, learn piano, watch a big screen TV, but when you are cutting grass, please let them experience it. After a meal, let them wash their plates and bowls together with their brothers and sisters. It is not because you do not have money to hire a maid, but it is because you want to love them in a right way. You want them to understand, no matter how rich their parents are, one day their hair will grow gray, same as the mother of that young person. The most important thing is your kids learn how to appreciate the effort, experience the difficulty, and learn the ability to work with others to get things done. Try to forward this story to as many as possible. This may change somebody's fate. This is also another forwarded mail, and it has been included because I also agree with the author and believe it should be spread. May we not sow today what we will regret tomorrow.